The third-person action-adventure genre has been one of the gaming industry's most popular styles of games for decades now. There's a whole host of diverse, phenomenal games that deserve recognition and praise for their plot, gameplay, and design. Certain games show the evolution of a series or developer and can prove how far gaming has come in terms of mechanics and abilities. Among the countless AAA, AA, and indie third-person action-adventure games, there are some standouts that have highlighted just how good the style of game can be when done right. Welcome to Game Rant, everyone. My name is Jeffrey. In today's video, I'll be showcasing 10 of the very best third-person action-adventure games of all time. Number 10, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Released as a launch title for the Xbox One, some predicted that Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag would have its fair share of bugs. For such an audaciously expansive game, it plays phenomenally. It's one of the best ways to experience Assassin's Creed because of its immersive third-person gameplay. Standing out from other Assassin's Creed games, this third-person action-adventure game had a significant focus on naval combat and received acclaim from the majority of critics. Simply put, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag is fun, gorgeous, and it's one of the most charming third-person adventure games of all time. Now, only one question remains. Are you ready to dive in? Sorry, I know, I had to squeeze that pirate pun in this entry somewhere. Good times. Number 9, Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 is the much anticipated sequel to Spider-Man and the spin-off Spider-Man Miles Morales. According to critics and fans alike, it did not disappoint. With an emotional and intense storyline, coupled with some brilliant motion capture performances, Spider-Man 2 has easily won the hearts of players, myself included. Spider-Man 2 has been applauded for its polished and packaged gameplay, with critics pointing out how well it has been built on the legacy of its previous two games. The game also features fun, fluid mechanics that, in tandem with the fantastic world building, really makes players feel like a superhero. It's just a sheer joy to play, keeping you immersed around every corner. Seriously, I couldn't put this game down until I popped the Platinum Trophy. And yes, that was a humble brag, thanks. Number 8, Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time was released way back in 2003, right amid mainstream gaming's shift from platformers to more action-heavy games. Instead of picking a side, Ubisoft decided to combine the two styles, proving that platforming still had a place in action-adventure titles. Despite the game's success, Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time's take on modern platforming didn't exactly take off. This doesn't mean that the game has aged badly though, in fact it has done quite the opposite, with its unique blend of genres feeling fresh even today. The iconic series' most critically acclaimed game has a remake in the works, although news of the upcoming game has been few and far between, so we'll just hope for the best, I guess. Number 7, Okami. It's always nice to be compared to someone or something that is one of the best in its field, and Okami has the honor of being compared to the Legend of Zelda series, one of the most critically acclaimed video game series of all time. Despite the clear similarities, Okami is far from just being a Zelda clone. The game brings many fantastic ideas to the table and stands out with its beautiful art design and wolf protagonists, something that Nintendo would later emulate in The Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess. Number 6, God of War 2018. Following Kratos, who has been stripped of most of his powers, and his son Atreus, God of War 2018 is a mythological action-adventure game with hack-and-slash combat and some RPG elements. The game stands out with its spectacular visuals and technical prowess, along with its excellent story that takes the series in a surprisingly emotional direction. The game's lack of boss variety was often a bummer, but it's still one of the greatest third-person action-adventure games of all time that you definitely need to check out. Number 5, Batman: Arkham City. Winner of many Game of the Year awards, Batman: Arkham City brings players into a twisted world enshrouded in darkness. Batman: Arkham City is, without a doubt, the finest game in the Arkham series because of its gripping story, immersive open world, and fine-tuned combat mechanics that really built upon the things that were iterated in Batman: Arkham Asylum. Players can glide from building to building, giving a feeling of weightlessness while almost freediving. Games like Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor and Marvel's Spider-Man take a great deal of inspiration from this second Arkham game. Yes, it's simply put a gem that definitely cannot be missed. Number 4, Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption takes place after Red Dead Redemption 2 chronologically, but is the first game in the series. Playing as John Marston, players are put into an all too familiar role. It's about a Western cowboy gunslinger who tried to go straight and narrow by making an honest living. Things change once his wife and kid are kidnapped and John Marston has to take up arms. Red Dead Redemption was developed by Rockstar and gives players plenty of freedom to explore the meticulously crafted world. The game's sequel, Red Dead Redemption 2, only narrowly missed out on this list, but it's still a fantastic game to immerse yourself in. Number 3, The Last of Us. Video games need more than the bare basics. The Last of Us excels with both an exciting story and unique gameplay. Following Ellie and Joel, the game's story is recognized as being one of the greatest and most touching in gaming. Their journey to seek out the Fireflies escalates into a perilous quest with an ongoing zombie attack and rival factions at large. The Last of Us Remastered for PlayStation 4 enhanced the original experience, while the PlayStation 5 remake took it to a whole other level and is the best way to experience the modern classic today. Number 2, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. When Uncharted 2 Among Thieves was released, it was a massive leap in gameplay compared to its predecessor. The wall climbing, action, and story were all significant improvements. Furthermore, the story introduced Chloe, one of the most recognizable female secondary characters today. Uncharted 2 Among Thieves was remastered as part of Uncharted: The Nathan Drake Collection. Uncharted: The Nathan Drake Collection is a remaster of the trilogy in 60 frames per second. The collection is the best way to experience this game today, so definitely play it, but they're all definitely worth playing. Number 1, The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Considered by many to be not just the best third-person adventure game of all time, but the best video game of all time, period. The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time sits atop Metacritic's highest-rated games of all time list, with an eye-watering 99 Metascore that may actually never be beaten. Although the fact that Ocarina of Time was the first 3D Zelda game undoubtedly helped its critical reception, to say that this was maybe one of the leading factors in its Metacritic score would definitely be unfair, because it's a great game all around. For any player looking for the quintessential Zelda experience, Ocarina of Time is the ideal choice. The action-adventure game is still fantastic to play today, thanks to some of the most well-designed puzzles and dungeon in the franchise's history, along with a touching coming-of-age story. It's clearly a real labor of love and dedication, which makes it no wonder that it continues to be so revered. And there we have it, everyone, 10 of the very best third-person action-adventure games of all time. Thank you so much for checking out this video from Game Rant. Have a truly wonderful and happy day. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.